I want to talk about Antonio Brown one more time here today. I saw him at the Nets game last night, and I just thought to myself, SportsCenter put out a tweet with him at the Nets game last night.
He got a standing ovation when he walked in the arena.
I saw that, and I thought to myself, what the hell is that all about? Why are we celebrating somebody who self-destructed his career again? Who took off his clothes and left the field in the middle of play. The most unprofessional behavior possible. Short of trying, you say, all right, I'll go in the game, and then purposefully trying to lose the game for your team, throwing the action. Whatever was going on between him and Arians or what have you, and him and the team or what have you, or whatever's going on, for him to respond by saying, I'm taking off my uniform and I'm running on the field during the game and I'm leaving the team in the middle of all of this, we're losing, and I'm waving goodbye. A spectacle. There's no other way to put it. It's a spectacle. Why are people cheering that? Have we lost a sense of shame or remorse in this country? And I know this might come across as high on the mount, or I just no. I'm not high on any mount. I'm not better than anyone else. I actually feel for this guy in terms of his mental well-being. It's not the action of somebody. Like, if my child did that, I'd be like, what are you doing? We have to talk about consequences. We have to sit down and talk about how you handle yourself around others and what image you're putting out there amongst your friends and your peers and your family and your world. Like, that's the way I would handle it with my 13, 10, and 8-year-old, and this is a grown-ass man. And the fact that the Bucs have not released him yet, part of that might be, legal action and grievances and what have you. But I think part of it is that the Bucs are concerned they might see him in the playoffs against him, that a team in the NFL would actually take him. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell would that be about? This man left the Steelers, in the manner in which he left the Steelers, Facebook living his coach in the locker room, and then inactive for his final game due to injury and lack of information. I'm reading from that report. And apparently had thrown a football at the quarterback, Ben. Mad at Juju Smith-Schuster being the MVP. Is it true? Is it not? I don't know. All I know is that he had an incredible setup in Pittsburgh with a coach who had his back all that time, and see ya. Out. They traded him to the Raiders, who gave him the contract he was looking for, right? And then we saw what happened there. Refused to wear a certain helmet. I mean, don't forget everything else that was going on with Gruden and Mayock and the helmet and his feet, and were they burned or were they not? Because he was, in some cryo chamber. And then when he gets released, he's celebrating, running around, tweeting everything out and living on Instagram. And then the Patriots go and grab him, like on the spot. And then he blows that whole thing up because of the way he acted when a report came out about one of his many personal transgressions, and attacked the owner of the team and Robert Kraft. And still another team grabbed him because Brady said, I got this. And the other team, coached by a guy who was with him in Pittsburgh. He saw everything. He knew everything. And that coach now looks like he's got egg on his face and mud all over the place. And another team's going to say, yeah, let's bring him in because we can win a championship. I can't believe it, but also can believe it. Why are you cheering him walking in? Because is he entertaining you with his public spectacle? Is that what it is? Like you think it's funny? A player with Hall of Fame credentials getting opportunity after opportunity. I didn't even talk about all the stuff in his personal life that if you could just look up opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And each franchise saying, get out. Another one will say, yeah. And then people around the country think it's funny or fun or, I got your back. For what? Would he have yours? Is that what you think? I truly would like to know. You can call me anytime. I'm willing to have a conversation with anybody on this subject matter to enlighten me as to why he, after doing what he did, will just go out in public like, yeah,
like
no
it was
big deal.
nothing.
Yeah, I'm a celeb on Celebrity Row and cheer me walking into an arena. Like what? That was great, man, when you ran out on a football field without your shirt on and ran out on your team and needed to get an Uber and hung out with an Uber guy and your life is great and now you're at the Nets game? On whose vaccination card, by the way?
Yeah.
So, I don't get it. I don't get it. All I know that should be gotten is help for him. Hour 3 coming up here on the show.
Rich, another thing you forget before the Raiders, if you guys remember, for a few hours, AB was going to be a Buffalo Bill. The Steelers had a trade worked out, and then
He
between
refused.
he and his team, they blew that trade up. So the Bills were like, all right, forget it. We don't want you. So he could have went to Buffalo last in 19 and been working with Josh Allen all this time. You see what happened with Stephon Diggs. Why couldn't that have been Antonio Brown? But no, he didn't want to go to Buffalo. Then he goes to Oakland. Didn't want to be there. It's as Brockman and I know, I'm pretty lenient with people. I'm pretty much like, yeah, but with a lot of people. But at some point, the yeah, but's got to run out, right? Like, how can you still ride for this dude?
He's not going to play again, right?
You can't say that for sure.
Week 1 next year on a roster.
Why not? If he goes through the offseason and he proves that he's a changed man. And
how many chances is this guy going to get?
We had Florio on the Westwood One halftime show last night, and he made the point of the Chiefs have had Josh Gordon on their roster all year long. He's had 5 catches all year long. Antonio Brown had 10 in Week 16 alone. You don't think the Chiefs could use it? I mean, it just because people keep talking about it in football terms, but it's more than just football terms for him. Clearly.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you were at that net game last night and you cheered him, call me. 844-204-RICH. Tell me why you did it. I'd love to know. I'd love to know. I'm here for having rational conversation. I don't quite understand it. Other than the fact that he does not seem to be anybody who's got an incredible all-world talent and can make a ton of money doing it, and also difference in your community through the platform that you have, and make the Hall of Fame and be forever more immortal. The fact that over and over and over again, something's always coming, whether it's a helmet or a chef he hasn't paid off, or a story in Sports Illustrated that he gets pissed off about and he doesn't think the Patriots are backing his play, so he'll trash Robert Kraft. Or something with his feet. Or something with Juju Smith-Schuster, or something with Big Ben, or something with his coach, or something with this, or something with that. It's never him. Never him. It's always the circumstances. And I'll show you, I don't care, I'll just take off my shirt and peace out. And I'll show up at the next game and people will cheer me. So who wants me next? Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.